Hello everyone, welcome back to the Collision Recap. We really appreciate the support you gave on this new monthly series where we go through the events, players, and plays of the previous month and crown the play of the month as well as the MVP of said month. This time we're going to be going over September of 2022 featuring Warped 2 and Fusions number 126, 127, and 128. Not to mention that ever so coveted MVP and Play of the Month. Without further ado, let's get things started. First stop on our list is Rahway, New Jersey and River City Games, a fully stocked arcade where the second Warped was held, brought to you of course by the Collision series. If you're looking for something besides Smash, this place has got it all. And if you're looking for just some of that competitive platform fighter action, singles, doubles, and more is going to be run here at the Warped series. At Warped number 2, however, things started off pretty standard. With Dark Wizzy in attendance, him and Jen were able to sweep through doubles despite some solid competition from players and teams like Beast and Yellow taking the second place crown. All in all though, given the doubles master that Dark Wizzy has become, it was no surprise to see him take the gold. However, singles was where everything got a lot more electric. Of course, New Jersey was in full attendance with players like Jackal and Pharaoh and Syrup taking the stage. New York had its representation with Jen, Carflow, and Gatsby all in attendance, and a very solid raid from Philly, including players like Beast, Yellow, and the PA phenom Yoshio. For those not in the know, Yoshio is a player from Japan who recently moved to Philly and took his Smash talents with him. He already had wins on players like Bonk and Mercury at the time, and he took Warped by storm, able to take down staple members of New Jersey PR like Delta Force and Pharaoh before falling in top 8 at 5th place. His run fell to Slayjuice, who was riding his own momentum after a runner-up finish at the Fusion Arcadian. Slayjuice had a stellar run of his own, getting a solid 4th place finish, only dropping to Jackal and Jen, two of the best players in the bracket and in New Jersey and New York respectively. Solid stuff. Grand Finals was exactly those two though, with Jackal taking down Syrup and Slayjuice in order to make it out into the winner's side, with Jen, after an upset by Syrup, was able to get his run back as well as add a win on WebJP in order to meet Jackal in Grand Finals, which was a solid affair, but Jackal overcame him for a 3-1 finish and the Warped 2 championship.
Drifting in as well, trying to hold and force.
Wow!
He gave it up, but the grab was late. And both of them shaking their head after that. It's like, man, I got you with the Smash Ultimate. Though.
Smashy, bro.
And came the following Monday with Fusion number 126. After the events of Warp 2 just that prior Saturday, you would think players would take a break, but not Tri-State. Players like Jackal, Vivi, Noku, and more were all in attendance, but the real story of the show comes from a couple of underground heroes. Delta Force, Mr. Consistency with his link on the New Jersey PR, had been in a little bit of a slump, but used this fusion to break right the hell out of it. Able to get into top 8 winner side before dropping to Jackal, then ran off a hell of a loser's run, dropping players like Noku, Carflow, and even Jackal in the run back, his first win on the New Jersey Wolfman. Jukin was able to make his crack back into top 8, taking wins on Mr. I Don't Play This Game Sensei and our very own Lemon, sorry bud. But the real finisher was Vivi. They had some issues trying to find a proper secondary for their main in hero, but they found a good one in Terry, able to take some big wins over Jackal, Carflow, and the Red Hot Delta Force to win the entirety of Fusion number 126.
Terry is going to be tenuous at best.
Yeah, and you see how much. Oh, there it is.
Yep.
That's all she wrote. So impressive stuff there from Delta Force. Even like getting as far as he did.
Fusion number 127 was another solid showing and another solid stand-in of the Fusion series. With players like Jackal, BD Bean, and more in attendance, we were able to see some solid Smash action. BD Bean, of course, was one of the players that I named because of his new secondary in Mii Swordfighter getting a little bit of time in the sun. Of course, it didn't end as well against Jackal, but still a very respectable 3rd place finish with wins on players like Jucane, who made their own run to 4th place, a new best for them at Fusion. The main story of Fusion number 127, though, comes to the continued rivalry of Vivi and Jackal. Vivi, after a win on Haven on their grand return back to Fusion, was able to overcome Jackal in 2 sequential sets. Harry took great advantage to overcome the Wolf main twice over in back-to-back 2-1s. This marked them as 3-0 against New Jersey's number 1 ranked player in the month of September. And what a stellar showing it was for them.
He landed in these final moments here, Skiff. He's able to get so much control of the ground that as soon as Jackal takes to the air, that's when the dash attack comes in, stuffing out that jump and putting Vivi as a 2-time
Last but not least, there's Fusion number 128. This Fusion saw the return of the top-heavy brackets we all know and love down in Linden, New Jersey, with the Staten Islanders Zamba and D-Dog, Quandel Dinglingleton, both making their presence felt on the scene. Add in some New York staples like Fawn and Vivi, amongst the New Jersey classics like BD Bean, Syrup, and Jackal's ever-present Wolf, and it makes for one hell of a bracket. The entire show was a sight to behold, but it came down to the classic at the very end, a Zamba-Jackal Grand Finals. In this latest chapter of their ever-evolving rivalry, the global rankings held true, with Zamba taking the win over Jackal for the Fusion number 128 crown.
Laser, oh, that's huge. Well, with an up throw kill percent, if Zamba finds a grab, but and no, he's gonna do it. Those are those Yomi levels I was mentioning. Yeah. Like, hey, I'm at 172. That means I'm at up throw kill percent, so I gotta take to the air in order to not get grabbed. Jack was like, Zamba.
Before we announce the MVP, can you guess who it is? We first gotta show off our play of the month. Let's get right to it.
It looked like he was just trying to maintain space, but unable to mix up the timing with a landing down air or a neutral air instead. Turns into a stock for Syrup, but for how long will this stock lead last? Maybe no longer. Just drop zone counter.
Oh, the double. You're dead.
He was too early. He was too early on his counter. Not only does
love what he puts down because you can see that he's very fluent with his combos, already putting out 46% with that bouncing fish. And what about another? What if we did it again? And I think that was too high of an uppy, but I think he might have saved him. Woo! He went for that?
They might be able to do it, especially with that forward air, but it's not going to kill just yet. But this is where everything matters!
Able to double jump out of the late forward air coming from Slade Juice, but nonetheless, he does still applying that pressure. Wow! Crazy pressure.
That was his fault. This game is long.
oh my god, wait a minute!
Still are going to try to maybe combo into it. I don't think that he is going to use it as just a strong punish, and there it is, getting off
Double jump ADK. So much movement from Slade Juice, and it's netting into so much damage.
Oh my god!
180. Let's flip the paradigm. You're taking me to the roof. Don't go too fast, or else I'm gonna catch you slipping. No, you.
It is not looking very good. Not looking very easy to do as Vivi. Oh my god! The crit up smash!
This month's MVP award, of course, if you guessed right, let me know, goes to Vivi. They had always been a solid player, but recently has found a great sense of consistency thanks to that dual main of Hero and Terry, dropping some of their other characters like Lucario and Joker by the wayside. They may have been in a bit of a character crisis, but that talent goes no joke, able to go toe-to-toe with the best that any state in Tri-State has to offer. With 3 wins over Jackal this month, and 3 upsets nonetheless, you gotta believe that Vivi is the MVP of the month of September. And that does it for the month of September and this Collision Recap. If you have any clips you'd like to be featured on the Collision Recap, be sure to send them right on over to @CollisionSeries on Twitter with the hashtag Collision Recap, and your clip can be featured in the next month. Of course, I've been Ubel. You can find me at UBLSOUL on Twitter. And be sure to keep up with the Collision action and all of the Smash Ultimate rivalries, events, and gameplay in the coming months. See y'all real soon.